Hello, everybody. Welcome again to another enthralling bit of the truth that the MPs don't like. Right. Interesting bits have gone off today and the last couple of days, and I found some interesting stuff for you to interest you. I don't know what's going on here. Right. I'm going to deal with bad news, then good news. Right. And not much good news, but I'll deal with bad news first. Right. You think it's bad now. I'm afraid to tell you it's going to get even worse. Right. So this is what's going to be happening over the next 4 months. Right. First of all, your heating and your electricity. At the moment, most people, like me, you're getting a little help from the government. And then you're paying as well. That's what they did with me. They took the government money, then they took my money and all. Nice. Anywhere else, that'd be called fraud. Anyway, so that's what's happening with that. Now, come next year, I think it's May, you're going to get another 68% on top of your heating and your electric. Your gas and electric are going to be going up 68%. So you're going to be going, no, yeah. They really are grabbing now. On top of that, you're also going to be paying a bit more tax, which you're already aware of. And on top of that, the council tax is going up as well. Now, the council tax might go up as much by £67 a month. A horrendous amount, that. Just what we need at this time. Right. And then on top of that, yeah, there's more. On top of that, petrol and diesel might be going up between 12 and 15 pence a litre in May. A litre. So that'll put it well over £2 a litre. So absolutely huge again. So all I will say is I've been working out some figures today, and my friend is on minimum wage, and I've been chatting to him today, and with those new increases, he will actually have nothing to himself. And he'll be not far off beans on toast diet as well. So that's how much they're trying to skint off people. So for all the people who are going, yeah, I'm making money and I'm all right, Jack. Unfortunately for you, I've got bad news for you. It also means that all the foreign labour that you brought across here for cheap labour, they're going to be going by droves. So you think you're looking for people at the moment. You wait for it. You're going to be out of business. That's what it is. I've spoken to cafe owners and small business owners as well. They're going out of business. They're closing up shop. They've had enough. They can't exist anymore. So they'll be going. When they've gone, the footfall in places goes down as well. So I've even looked at people have been complaining about eggs not being on the shelves. I've even looked at that. It turns out the reason why the eggs aren't on the shelves is nothing to do with they're saying it's the farmers. It's not the farmers. The farmers are getting the eggs. They've got the eggs. But people are putting the price of eggs up by 45 pence. But they're not passing that down to the actual farmers. So the farmers have got the eggs. They can stock themselves. It's everyone being greedy now, putting 45 pence on top of an egg, but then saying, we're not going to pay you anymore for it. It was like the old milk thing, same thing. So, so it's absolutely terrible. Right. And then on top of that, I've heard today, and it's on news as well, that I've got to go to migrants now. So migrants, I saw a meeting in Skegness. It was rammed full of people all complaining about there's been all sorts of trouble going off, right? All sorts of stealing, all sorts. I'm not saying they're all doing it, but I'm saying there's been a lot more than there were usually. Now, Skegness, I will tell you, will only put up with so much. Then, tough luck, lads. I used to go to Skeggy when I worked down Pit. And I know what people in Skeggy are like. They're not going to put up with it. They'll eventually get them out of those hotels. Now, in the meantime, some of these hotels, not the one in Skeggy, we've also been reliably told that one hotel has actually got rid of its staff. So Border Force staff can move in and do it. And it's like 40 staff have been got rid of. So they've got to find another job. Do you think they'll come back to you? And do you think that, and not only that, we're going to be looking for names of hotels as well. So we know that what will happen there is that those hotels will be finished in this country. They will be finished. Everyone won't forgive you for this. So we've seen it with other things happen. Yeah, where people remember. And it's the same here. They're going to remember these local locales. The person there was one guy on, he was offered £1 million for his hotel and his bar and everything. And he was right. He says, I'm not accepting it, because if he accepts it, they'll be finished after this problem's solved and done. They'll be finished. Nobody will entertain them. The local companies and everything like that. You need to start blacklisting these hotels. So don't deliver to them. And I know it's the Border Force and everything like that. And I'll say to the chaps on the Border Force, you swore an oath of allegiance to actually defend this country against all enemies, internal and external. If you're sacking and responsible for your own people being sacked and thrown out, and at this time with all the bills and everything, then you're breaking that oath. It's as simple as that. You're breaking that oath. So you need to actually sit down and think about what you're doing. So because your name will be coming up as well when it's all gets washed out. Right, and then finally, we actually know who's making money out of all these migrants as well. Yeah, Mr. Blair and your wife. You're making massive amounts of money, you and your companies. So you're not welcome back here. So your name will be in at and all. So this is what I'm saying to people. Okay, right. Finally, good news. Everyone's going to let you know all this information sooner or later. I'm just relaying it a little bit sooner than other people. Right. Good news is that we think we know how to get the government out of power. And they're going to go, oh no, what's he found? What loophole? Not loophole. I don't know if we can do this, but I've seen this done before when MPs get into trouble. They get deselected by their constituency. Now, how about you go down there and you get your chairman, hold an extraordinary meeting and deselect your MP. So now if you do that, and I'm talking about all MPs, this is massive. So all MPs, let's see how they like the nurses. The nurses are stars. So if you want to muck around with them, we'll return the favour. If we deselect all the MPs, it will force a general election. So, because you won't have MPs, it won't be a legitimate government at that point. So, I don't know if we can do this or not. I'm going to go over to Tootsie and all the other main stations and see if they know any more, can find out any more. I'm tiny compared to them. They've got a bit of clout. We can probably make this happen. We can make it happen because this is the United Kingdom. It's not 800 people in a room who think that they're ruling everybody. And it's about time the great British nation, we stood up to these people. And if this works, I would also be saying to the police, you need to investigate these frauds as well. They've gone on these massive frauds for billions. And if they have been passing out these contracts to their mates, they need to be serving jail time. Because if you as a member of the public went into a bank with a balaclava and a shooter on, took the money out, you go away for about 20 years and you might have only stolen £100,000. If they're doing millions and billions and they're getting away with it, that's absolutely wrong. So we need to find out who took this, the PPE thing, the track and trace, that as well. Find out if people have been given money and they haven't done the job properly. That's why we're in this stuck. So, all right, that's it. So there's my cunning plan. Yeah, deselect the Tories, deselect all the MPs. So if you've got a bad MP and he's from Labour, he goes in the pot as well. Yeah, any of them jumping over to Reform or anything like that, trying to get out of the way quick, Reform needs to suddenly think about that before they do that, because if they do that, they'll be they won't get in. Simple as that. Okay, right. Have a lovely night. Remember, this all depends on you sharing. So push the magic buttons on it. Yeah, subscribe, share the heck out of this. Let's try to get it across. I'm going to share it over to Tootsie in the mainstream, see if we can get anywhere. All right, take it easy. Have a lovely night. Welcome to the revolution.